Hey guys, this is OddOneGaming. This is going to be another Dragonheir Selling Gods video. In today's video, I'm going to show you the team that I'm using to beat the Grave of Venom on stage 20. Because you know what, it's the best spot where you can try and get, as many of these resources to forge the artifacts, the gear for the top part. So I'm going to show you this team and hopefully you're going to like it and hopefully this is going to help you out. Now, the team that I'm going to be using for this, as you can notice, is pretty relatable, right? Because most people should have this. Now, do keep in mind, stage 20, I do have some stuff, but Urion, everybody gets him for free. Then we have Thorin, everybody, let me just load out the gear, actually. Then we have Thorin, which, again, everybody gets for free. Rava, she's an epic, you can buy her from the shop for free. Dritz the Urden, now mine is Inspired 3, but you know what? You're not going to need him Inspired 3. Inspire 1, or just base 1, should work just fine. You just get a few more stats for this, or if you don't have him, just go with your best possible frost damage dealer. So maybe somebody like an Oster if you pull him, or it could work even with Rowena, just might take a bit more to kill him. And then last one as a support, I'm actually using Raid, right? Now this is not going to be the most relatable. Let's do the run in the meantime. This is not going to be the most relatable and the most easy because again, Rita is a premium poison hero, right? So she's going to be a bit tricky to pull for people to have. However, do keep in mind, I'm going to have a look at making videos on all of these teams using only free to obtain heroes or like, free legendaries or epics or below. So for example, like I said, everything that you see here, you can obtain. Maybe, Dritz the Orden, because he is Inspired 3 for me. For the next video, I'm going to have a look at, I'm going to try and see if I can do 15 or just go straight to, if I can do 20 or just go back to 15 first, but I'm just going to be using a team. I'm going to try and work on this team and I'm going to tweak it by removing Dritz, right? First of all, I'm going to remove Dritz and then I'm going to remove Rita and bring somebody else. Now, honestly, I think for Dritz, if I'm not mistaken, I think I can reset his inspirations, right? It just gives me back the Hunter's Blade. It's, it's the current event going on right now, at least if you're watching this video in early August. But I think I can try and reset Dritz and just have a base level one and try use him like that, right? And see how that one's gonna go. But then honestly, Rita is the last one that I should be able to change into another healer, support, shielder. The ideal one would be Felocia, but again, not free to obtain. So I'm gonna look into that, right? I'm gonna look into that. That's gonna be a video for another day. But as you can see, the team's not insane. It's not ideal. It's not blasting it. It's not a speed run. I've not tried to tweak or improve this team for quite a while. This is the same team that I used for like 2-3 weeks ago because honestly, the reality is Grave of Venom is pretty good, but it's not the most important dungeon as it used to be, right? Like the dungeon's priority has kind of changed. The dungeon's priority is like what you should be focusing on first. So might make a video on that, or I might have already released this. Like I'm not sure depending on when this one goes out, but Grave of Venom is not at the top anymore, right? You're better off farming Grave of Curse and Grave of Rot now because the bottom side are going to be so much more powerful and it's so much harder to get the right stats over there, right? To get the percentages and stuff. Whereas the top one, you can work around with whatever you get. But you can see slowly but surely we're killing this off. Doesn't look like we're tricky. I think this is the first time that Urion, for example, procced his passive to keep him alive, but it works just fine and we're just good. I'm going to show you at the end of this the presets and the build. The quirky thing and the thing that I don't like is that they really need to fix the AI, right? Like the Dress should have attacked in the back. They really need to fix the AI where they kind of target the stuff that they see that they can kill. Unfortunately, they just keep targeting the front one and then stuff at the back keeps stacking up and they just, keep doing more and more damage, which is not really helpful. But let's look at the skill timing. So when we're going to look at the skill timings, there's nothing. It's pretty much full YOLO because this team is pretty well synergized and it's kind of difficult a little bit, especially when you do a team that uses Frost. It's kind of tricky and difficult to be able to synergize them. The reason for that is Frost teams have the quirky thing of if you land the fifth one, let me see what that one is. Yep, there we go. It says over here, Frozen lasts for 5 seconds, inflicts Frozen for 5 seconds to one target as the battle start. But at the same time, what happens is if you stack 5, I think it's if you stack 5 of them, you also land Frost as well, Frozen, sorry, which can make it be pretty difficult to tune. Because if you do land that Frozen, then they lose the, what's it called? They get that extra recharge speed decrease. This can happen at random, so that's why, like, you know, force can be tricky, but it was full auto, it worked. You know what can you say? What can you complain? Now, let's have a look at the builds. You're gonna see, obviously, I use Drizzt Aura. If not, just use Rava, right? Should work just fine. Now, let's go and have a look at the builds, and I guess let's start with, yeah, Rava talents. You're gonna see not full talents, barely have anything. Drizzt has full talents because main damage dealer kind of went with that. Then, what's his name? Thorin, middle one. This is gonna be the best for the healing output from what I noticed, especially because this one's gonna give him more healing based off of his HP, not just the enlightenment, more of on his HP, right? Because if you look, he heals based on target max HP and enlightenment. So the fact that this one gives him some extra healing based off of his max HP is gonna be massive, right? Stack him with a ton of HP alongside that enlightenment, and he's gonna be just a massive healer. And you know what? He's free, definitely worth it. Then you're gonna see Reta, just again started, didn't quite finish it. Then if you look at Drizzt, like I said, full. And then the last one, Urion. Urion's not full, but again, you really want to go with this one and just, you can go all the way. This is gonna be amazing for him. Now let's have a look at the build. Let's start with Reta. Again, everybody, you're gonna see everybody's fully skilled up. It's, you know, the game gives us a pretty decent amount of skill ups. I also obviously had a ton saved up because, you know, older account and whatnot. But let's have a look at the build. So Rava is gonna be my Witch's Remains because obviously she has this ultimate that keeps doing damage over time and then explodes at the end. So she's the perfect candidate for Witch's Remains. And then you're also gonna see that I did put on her the Holy Hunter set. Now this one's a really tricky, not tricky, it's a quirky and really fun one because, like I mentioned, her ultimate does damage over time every 1.5 seconds, which means every single time she does damage in that area, she can inflict a stun with this Holy Hunter. Now this stun is not gonna work on the boss, but you can stun those orbs, which do a lot of damage, right? Around, you know, alongside the boss. So having a Holy Hunter set could be helpful on somebody like Rava, or if you're gonna use somebody like a what's his name, Voresh, right? Same principle. You can put it on them, or even Drizzt, right? If I got a decent damage build in a Holy Hunter, obviously I would lose a ton of damage from the damage sets. But if I could do that, I could do the same because he does 6 hits, 3 from him, 3 from Guinevere, and then also over here he does, you know, he does some damage as well, which, you know what, it can be amazing. So definitely keep that in mind. But total stats, you're gonna see nothing too insane. Accuracy is pretty good point, and then, you know, not the craziest damage. Then Reta, honestly, she's just in mishmash. Skill haste, enough accuracy, overkill accuracy actually to land her debuffs. She's just in there to keep landing that increased defense, then put the recharge speed penalty, and then also can put decreased attack and stuff like that. So she's a bit quirky. Then if you look at Thorin, he's gonna have the Solar King's Horn to just give us more damage. He's gonna be in the Brotherhood Spirit. Every time he does his ultimate, he can give us all some damage. And then obviously proficiency over here, which did I not get a better one in the meantime? Nope, still at epic. I need to farm more of the other ones, but mostly focused on enlightenment / proficiency, and then HP on him. Nothing else matters. Like I said, some skill haste if you can. Then if you look at Urion, this is a quirky one. With Urion, you can go 2 ways. You can either go with the Radius of the Blue Oak to help him heal up, but this one actually might work better, the Tundra's Tenacity, because whenever he gains, he gets hit, right? Every time he takes damage, he gains 1% ultimate energy, which means he's gonna be able to do this ultimate more often, which, you know what, this is awesome because it does the ally protection, puts damage reduction, defense up, and also a massive shield. So that's why you see that the shield scales off of defense. Push as much defense as you can. For the artifact, you're gonna see I have the Drago's Blast Jar, but if you don't have this, just go with whichever is your tankiest one. You could even go with the Mask, right? Gives you defense %, gonna give you more survivability based on the number of buffs that you have. But he's full on tanky mode, right? Like I said, defense %, defense, and then this one's resist, but this one should go with more defense. But I need to farm more of them because I don't have enough. And then the last one in the team is going to be Drizzt the Urden. You're going to see that Drizzt is going to be running this Whisper of the Consumer that I have on him. Honestly, whichever artifact that you have used on him, the ideal artifact would actually be the one from the event that gives, you know, that boosts his attack and gives, you know, the Guinevere statue. Let me see how it's called, because now I forgot. But I still didn't get it yet. I'm going to get that towards the end. But that one can be a good one because, you know what? It's going to give you a little bit of extra what's it called, of the defense penalty, right? What is it? There we go. Guinevere's Onyx figurine. What this one does, gives you attack, and then each time Guinevere deals damage can decrease the defense. So this is gonna be the ideal one from my point of view, but that way you might need to put accuracy on him as well. But I just went on full damage for him, right? He's gonna be wearing Imperial Executioner 3-piece, and then for the top side, this is a really bad weapon. This is a really bad weapon. I should just try and swap this and give something like this, right? Lose some crit rate, but gain a lot of crit damage and stuff. This should be a lot better. But pretty much for Dritz, just focus damage, right? As much damage as you can get on him. Don't worry much about the accuracy, because like I said, you're gonna be landing the Frozen with Rava, and then you're good to go. But I think we're gonna pretty much leave it at this for now. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, please consider liking it, subscribing to the channel to see when I upload next. Also, don't forget you can use code OddOne if you want to support me as a content creator, right? You just go to the bind site. I've now mentioned this in a few videos. I kind of forgot, but you know, you can come over here, buy the invitation, click this. It's gonna take you to a page. Use code OddOne, like I mentioned, both capital O's, and you're gonna support me. You're gonna get some free stuff. I'll get some free stuff. Everybody's happy. But yeah, thank you for watching. I'm gonna see you on the next one. Peace, love, take care, run. Bye, guys.